Living in Sunnyside Estates wasn't my dream, but it had its perks. It cut my commute in half and offered scenic walking trails where Maverick, my golden retriever and certified service dog, thrived. Maverick isn't just any dog, he's my rock. After returning from military service overseas, my PTSD made daily life difficult. Maverick, trained to sense my emotional triggers, guides me through the darkest moments. He always wears his service vest when we're out, never strays from my side, and responds to commands with unwavering loyalty. I know the Americans with Disabilities Act inside and out, because when you rely on a service animal, knowing your rights becomes second nature. Still, I never expected to have to quote federal law to the head of a homeowners association. The first time I met Karen Whitfield, she stormed toward me with a clipboard clutched like a weapon. Her face was etched in permanent disapproval. "I don't recall approving a dog in this community," she said, eyes narrowing at Maverick as he sat obediently beside me. I calmly explained that he was a service dog, not a pet, and therefore exempt from HOA pet restrictions. "People are always looking for loopholes," she muttered before stomping away. That was the beginning. Over the next few weeks, I received 3 separate violation notices. My grass was allegedly a 1/4 inch too tall, my mailbox was the wrong shade of black, and my garbage can was visible from the street for 45 minutes after collection. All were signed with Karen's loopy signature and an oddly menacing smiley face. I complied, not wanting trouble. But I knew this was targeted. Then came the HOA meeting. Karen, still drunk on her self-appointed power, proposed a new rule. All animals, including service dogs, must be registered with the HOA and wear an official ID tag. I raised my hand to object, gently pointing out this conflicted with the Americans with Disabilities Act. Karen cut me off sharply, insisting that federal laws don't override community standards. Some neighbors exchanged uncomfortable glances, but no one backed me up. After the meeting, she cornered me. Her breath reeked of stale coffee and control issues. "If you want to be difficult," she hissed, "I can be difficult too." That weekend, I was on my porch enjoying the quiet morning. Maverick lay at my feet, alert and calm. The newspaper crackled in my hand when a shadow fell across my lawn. Karen stood there, khaki shorts, polo shirt, and a spray bottle clutched in her hand like a sword. "Your dog is violating the new ordinance," she barked, voice loud enough for neighbors to overhear. "No HOA ID." I calmly reminded her the rule hadn't been approved yet, and even if it were, it would be illegal. Maverick's presence was federally protected. Red-faced and livid, she snapped, "I'm tired of you military types thinking you're above the rules." Before I could move, she stepped forward and sprayed Maverick directly in the face. He yelped, startled, pawing at his eyes. My heart dropped. I jumped to shield him, demanding to know what she sprayed. "Just vinegar and water," she sneered. "Maybe now he'll respect authority." I clenched my fists but kept my cool. Years of training made me master my emotions. I took Maverick inside, flushed his eyes, checked for damage. Thankfully, there was no permanent harm. Then I dialed 911. "What's your emergency?" the dispatcher asked. "My service dog was assaulted," I replied, steady and clear, "by my HOA president." Within 20 minutes, 2 officers arrived. I showed them Maverick certification, explained everything, and pointed to Karen's house. One officer stayed with me, the other went to talk to her. From my window, I watched her flail her arms in protest. The officer didn't seem amused. They came back with news. Karen had admitted to spraying Maverick but claimed she was enforcing HOA policy. The officers calmly explained that interfering with a service animal is a federal offense. Her actions also qualified as animal cruelty under state law. They asked if I wanted to press charges. I didn't hesitate. Yes. Handcuffs clicked. Karen shouted about how she'd have me evicted, how the neighborhood would turn on me. But a few neighbors had come outside. One muttered, "She's finally gone too far." Another apologized for not defending me earlier. The legal system acted fast. Karen faced charges for service animal interference, animal cruelty, and harassment. Her court appearance was surreal. Designer clothes, fancy lawyer, zero remorse. But the evidence was overwhelming. The judge, stern and unflinching, reminded her that community rules don't override federal law, especially those protecting people with disabilities. An emergency HOA meeting was called. I went with Maverick. To my surprise, the room was full. The HOA vice president called a vote of no confidence against Karen. It passed unanimously. Her name tag was gone. Her influence, dead. Eventually, Karen pled guilty to a reduced charge to avoid a longer sentence. The judge handed down a sentence of 30 days in jail, a $5,000 fine, 200 hours of community service at an animal shelter, and mandatory disability rights education. When the verdict was read, Karen looked stunned. Anger, shock, then a slow, creeping realization. I was just enforcing rules, she mumbled. The most important rule, the judge replied, is to follow the law, especially the ones that protect those who serve this country and the animals that serve them. As she was led away, she looked at me. No more entitlement. No more smug authority. Just defeat. She mouthed something that might have been, "This isn't over," but we both knew better. Maverick sat beside me, calm and focused, the picture of resilience. I scratched behind his ear. He leaned into my hand. Together, we had weathered the storm. Stronger, steadier, unshaken, and free. She thought she could bully her way through federal law. But in the end, justice wore a vest and had 4 paws.